The conservative anti-Trump Republican Accountability Project just dropped a devastating and hilarious new ad targeting those Republicans who have previously criticized Donald Trump in the past, but then cowardly bend the knee when push comes to shove. And they specifically target Lindsey Graham and Nancy Mace. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bell before you go. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, friends, I saw this ad and it got belly laughs. There was a lot of like uproarious laughter. It was well done. It's about a minute long, and it targets specifically South Carolina Republican Senator Lindsey Graham and South Carolina Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace, to two Republicans from the same state, and have a very similar approach to Donald Trump, which is that they'll talk smack when it's convenient and when it's safe to do so. When it becomes politically less safe to do so, then they come crawling back and further debase themselves in front of the American people and their own constituents. So we will play the clip and we will unpack it together.
Are you a prominent Republican that has blamed Donald Trump for the insurrection on January 6th?
I hold him accountable for the attack on our Capitol.
Have you declared that you are done with Donald Trump?
Count me out. Enough is enough.
Have you since done a complete 180 and announced your support for Donald Trump as the next president of the United States?
We need to put all of our resources behind Donald Trump.
DonaldJTrump.com. Give the president some money. Please help President Trump.
Well, if this sounds like you are without a shadow of a doubt suffering from EES, ethical evaporation syndrome. Don't worry, EthicAid is here to help. With just one pill a day, you can recalibrate your moral compass. You might start to think things like, oh, it's immoral and dangerous to support a candidate who tried to steal the last presidential election, has been found liable for sexual assault, and who is, on top of all of that, facing 88 felony charges in 4 different cases. If you're a prominent Republican who's having trouble sleeping at night, ask your doctor if EthicAid is right for you. Get your morality back to the level that you expect from other humans with EthicAid today.
Get your morality back to levels you expect from other humans. Great stuff, hard-hitting stuff. Again, as far as I'm concerned, this disdain, this contempt that is conveyed in the ad, that's the approach to have. I see no reason whatsoever to show grace or charity to Congresswoman Nancy Mace or to Senator Lindsey Graham, because they're not stupid. They're not. They know better. We know they know better because we've heard them publicly say better, right? We're not speculating. We've heard Nancy Mace say that Donald Trump should not seek office again, that he should be held accountable, that he should be kept out of office. And here she's been publicly endorsing him for the past several months, even going so far as to viciously attack her former governor, Nikki Haley, somebody who supported her, Nancy Mace that is, when Nancy Mace got into politics. So it's a hive and a nexus of treachery. Lindsey Graham's various shuffling back and forth. I mean, it's legendary. He ran against Donald Trump in the Republican primary in 2016, said all kinds of things that were very true, actually, about Donald Trump during that primary publicly. He went on liberal shows to talk about it. He went on conservative networks to talk about it. He tweeted about it. And yet, when Donald Trump secured the nomination and became president, Lindsey Graham became one of his most stalwart champions. And the funny thing about both of these situations is we've played the clips before, we see how Donald Trump and what Donald Trump thinks about Nancy Mace and Lindsey Graham. He doesn't have any respect for them. He will use them. He will endorse them if he feels that it serves his end, but you can feel the contempt. He's mocked them both publicly at his own rallies. He has reveled in their, in the pushback that they get from others. He's called them all kinds of names, but it's simply a transactional relationship. And based on every other professional and political relationship Donald Trump has had, the moment they cease to be of use or the moment he can scapegoat them, he will. It will probably not end well for their long-term political career. Short-term gain for long-term debasement. And it corrodes the Republican Party. Now, I'm not one of those people who thinks, we got to have a strong Republican Party. I think that I'm cool with as few elected Republicans as possible. I'd like to see maybe 2 or 3 of them, right? Just some like token Republicans to keep around, right? Maybe to have a bit of a break check right before we cram through some really good progressive legislation. We just turn to these 3 Republicans, but hey, got any beef with this legislation? And then they can offer their opinion and we'll take it under advisement. But because they're Republicans, we'll probably go, it doesn't make any sense and it's probably better off if we do it our way. And that's how I would like to see the country. But if you do believe in a strong, robust Republican Party, which I suppose would be better than the one that we've got in terms of, having one that would at least behave in good faith and litigate their sincere conservative principles in good faith, that'd be better than the MAGA cult. But Nancy Mace and Lindsey Graham aren't actually contributing to that. See, for a healthy Republican Party, you got to ditch Trump. You got to move beyond Trump. You got to, pay penance, make penance, repent from what Donald Trump has done to both the country and your party. And Lindsey Graham and Nancy Mace don't have the courage. They don't have the spine to do it, right? That's why they definitely need a prescription of EthicAid. So hopefully that will be available in some sort of like local pharmacy for them. Of course, given that they oppose healthcare reform in this country and subsidize healthcare and the lowering of prescription drugs, right? Things that Democrats and progressives support, they may have to foot the bill for this out of pocket. It may be expensive. I don't know, but they should definitely take EthicAid as soon as possible. I love this ad. I love the fact that I love the tone of it. I want Democrats to also lean into this, not just conservative anti-Trump Republicans. But let me know what you think in the comments.